And how's it going, everybody? This is Terminator Juice. I'm going to do this quick little standalone video. As you can see by the title, I'm going to give a few reasons why I'm even more excited for the NX now. After Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, whatever, had stated on IGN interview and GameSpot. They both did interviews. He said they were making more than Just Dance for the NX, and it's fantastic or whatever. And some people were talking about some of the other quotes, that leads them to believe it's powerful or it's this and that. And it's like, for me, two things. Two things I saw just immediately put any tiny little worries or any little doubts I may have had in my mind to rest. And the first one is when he said, speaking of the NX, it's really Nintendo. And then, that they're doing something different and it's a different experience than what exists today. Those two things just completely put my mind at ease. Because my biggest fear was Nintendo was going to just try to be another twin and join the PS4, Xbox One race and just make a standard gaming system. So hearing him say it's just really Nintendo, it's a really Nintendo system, that was just like music to my ears. I know I've watched other people's kind of reaction videos or reporting the news and didn't even really jump on that part or mention it at all. And then he definitely said it's different from what exists today. So that tells me right there that it's not going to be another PlayStation or Xbox, which is all I was really hoping for. And then he also said the interface is really fantastic, or it's really going to be easy to use for all types of users and stuff. And it's like, boom, that's all I need. And just give me some awesome first party games and some third party exclusives. And, it's going to be a great system. So, I know there's still, a bunch of unknown information. And once we see it, who knows if what he said is 100% accurate or if he's blowing smoke or whatever. But just as this point right now, hearing him say that, those two things really had me excited. So, like I said, I was just in the back of my mind quietly. I've just been worried Nintendo's just gonna throw out a system that's just powerful and standard controller, nothing special about it other than the games. Obviously, some people would like that, but for me, that's not what I want from a Nintendo console. So I'm just glad that to hear those things, being said. So, still no word on controller or anything. He said without the reveal happening yet, he really couldn't comment. And I forget what the question was. He did say he feels Nintendo's learned from the Wii U and, some other stuff. So, it's good for them trying to sell consoles that they learned from the Wii U. But for me, I really love the Wii U and the games we got. So, that's not as big of a deal for me, or it doesn't really affect me hearing that. But for Nintendo as a company, yeah, I want them as a fan of the company to have success. So that part's cool. This coming Juices Loose podcast, we're gonna kind of go in on the NX reveal. I'm gonna have everybody predict the reveal date because it's not happening this week, like verified Reddit user had said, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna give our thoughts, our predictions on the reveal date, and then I'm gonna have everybody kind of predict what type of reveal it'll be: digital event, live press conference, just a Nintendo Direct, just a news release. Then we'll talk about potential games that we would love to see or expect to see at the reveal to get people excited, and then a few other things there. I think it's pretty much going to be all we're going to talk about, because I do feel the the reveal is going to happen sooner than later. Obviously, I have a date set, which I'll reveal on the podcast once everybody else does. So stay tuned for that. I do want to give a shout out to Red Knight, and we'll, talk about this more on the podcast. But back in April, when the investors briefing happened, and they said NX in March 2017, and when they said Zelda was going to be all that was at E3, he immediately said October, November for the reveal, like instantly. That was, we were messaging back and forth. He said that's when he'd do it. That's when they should do it. I thought he was crazy. I was thinking July, August, September at the latest. And it could still happen. It could still happen in September. There's still, what's today, 23rd. So there's still 7-8 days. I think only 7 days. It still could happen this month, but I don't know. We'll talk about that. And I think it'll be a fun podcast. We haven't really mentioned NX a whole lot lately. It just feels like I just feel in my bones that it's getting close. And so stay tuned for that on Monday. And then I mentioned on the podcast last week that if the reveal didn't happen this week, that I was gonna go in on some people. And I was kind of joking, but still there is a part of me that just wants to point out, the ridiculous rumor, the leaks. It was going to be September 6th. The reveal was going to happen. Then, a source says the 15th for sure, the 15th. And then it was like, and this one kills me every time. A verified user on Reddit said, the 20th. We'll hear about it. It'll be revealed on the 22nd. And it's the fact that people take the verified user on Reddit as something so substantial and that means absolutely nothing to me. I don't give two shits about a verified user. That means absolutely nothing. The forums, I've never been to Reddit, and I went to NG4 once. I didn't. To me, it's just nonsense. It's just, I got YouTube, I got Google. That's fine. That's the stuff I use. But to put so much of faith in just because someone's verified that they've shown an email address that they replied to, that hints at possibly they could be in the industry, this and that. And it's like, that absolutely means nothing to me. And I laugh every time I hear OJ say, verified Reddit user. And he's used that a lot over the last few months about NX rumors and stuff. And never once has it come to fruition. Never once has predicted Nintendo Direct or NX reveals or anything. Nothing's ever happened out of that. And I just think it's ridiculous that people put so much trust or like they believe this stuff. And it's like anybody can go on there, and it could be somebody that works for Nintendo on a very opposite side of the business, like could just be somebody who does some of the website stuff or something, and they don't know anything. They could have an email address that could be verified, and they don't know anything. So like most of the people that actually know something aren't going to be on the forums leaking stuff. And it's like, it'd be so easy to track who that person is. And then we had, who was that idiot on Twitter who was talking about, he had that coded message about the NX and something to do with the GameStop conference last week. And I remember, it's like none of this stuff has come true, and then there's no repercussions after it's bullshit. No one goes back and says, oh, that so-and-so made this cryptic message, and if you looked at the uppercase N in the one word and the next word had an uppercase X, it was definitely the NX reveal. There's no repercussions, and it quickly gets forgotten that person just completely fooled you. Not ignorant, gullible sons of bitches. And it's like, there's no going back and remembering, hey, this person said this didn't happen. And it's like, it's just silly to me. So anyway, I got off on a little tangent there, but yeah, basically just, I'm excited even more now for the NX. And I was just so happy to hear that it's still a Nintendo system and it's different from what exists today, which, is Xbox One, PS4, because I don't want really anything like that. Maybe some features that people like, whatever. I wouldn't be mad if they're there. I just want a Nintendo console. I want a new and improved Miiverse, and want some great games. And so I'm super excited. And we'll find out on Monday's podcast when everybody thinks the reveal is going to happen and what type of reveal it's going to be. And we'll go in and definitely look forward to the reveal in the next whenever month, 2 months, who knows. And yeah, we'll also probably talk about if we think the March release date's still going to be true, and some more guessing details, like will they reveal an official date, this and that in the reveal, price, everything. So we'll cover all that on Monday's podcast. I think it'll be fun, so tune into that. That's going to be it for this video. And since there's no more live Q&A here, the way that Google and YouTube work now, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and leave your comments once this uploads on YouTube. If you're watching it, leave your comments and let me know what you think. So that's going to be it. We'll see you on Monday.